I found adding content really simple to do, and I always reference again over and over simple with LinkedIn Learning in terms of the ease, which is really good. You want to have that. I simply went ahead and on my administration bar here selected content, and you have a couple of options: explore, learning paths, collections, and custom content. Learning paths is extremely easy to do. You just kind of follow the directions, you name it, add a description. These are the languages available today in LinkedIn Learning. And then you go ahead and do that. Then you go ahead and add your pieces of content after you create your learning path. So you're going to create your learning path here. We'll just go ahead and name one uh, Mickey's Revenge. I don't know who Mickey is. I'm just making that up. And here's my description. Boom. And here's where I can add a section title and a description. You can actually start adding content before you do this. So it doesn't matter whether you do this first and then this or vice versa. Adding a new section is pretty simple as well. And again, to remove it, boom, you're finished. Adding the content, you have two options. You can add existing content, uh, existing LinkedIn Learning content, or your custom content, or you can link out to your content. And so it could be, linking out into if you have an integration with your LMS or another LXP or any type of learning system, or if you have it sitting on a server or SharePoint or whatnot that you have that. They have an actual direct integration with SuccessFactors, which I thought was kind of interesting. Anyway, the to go back, I'm actually going to go just here. If I add the content, I'm like, okay, look, I want to add it here. Uh, it follows in this sort of mantra. The way that you can go ahead and do that, and as you can see, it could just be any kind of topic that you have. Um, if I go into here, then it goes into this approach. And then all you do is you simply select these. Move around here. I'm going to remove that one. Add this one. Done. Boom. It's in there. I actually selected a couple of them. And then all you do is you just move it up. That's how you move that sort functionality. And that's how you go ahead and create learning path content. Now, though, let's say, and this is kind of interesting, I'm going to add content in general. And here you can do it by job title. And so there's all these different job titles that are in there. And can you add another job title? The answer is, as far as I'm aware, the answer is yes. It is doable for you to add another job title. And you have that set up with LinkedIn Learning itself. But I can go ahead here with Online Marketing Manager. I can also select here by the topics. Again, those are the same topics you saw in the browse. So that's how that is operational in that way. If I go in here and say, look, again, I want to do modeling. And I go through there. This is the topics they have. Now, what you're going to notice, and this is something I've found interesting, again, and this is part of that, why can't this just be universal? Is you have the content by here, the different types, you've got the level, whether or not they're CEUs, you can have that. And again, here's modeling. Not sure what that has to do with Office 2019, but we already had that discussion. But here's when I'm back in these learning paths. And remember, I created my learning path here. I hit create. Now I want to add the content. And I'm going to add it from LinkedIn Learning. So why am I not going to something like that screen as well? Why am I seeing this screen, which is not as fluid as the one I see if I go back into the Explorer, which gives me a much more robust catalog, right? It gives me a much more kind of thing by topics that I so choose to, by this kind of